Thank you, Stephen, so much for coming today. It's great to have you here from OurFamilyWizard to talk about the app.
Sure. First, thanks for having me, especially all the way from America to come here and talk to you.
A lot of our clients who are separating do use co-parenting apps, including OurFamilyWizard, which seems to be one of the most sort of popular, both with clients and the court. So it's an absolute honor to have you with us today.
AI is definitely a buzzword today. So everything is AI, artificial intelligence, or it seems to be. It's actually an algorithm is what it is. So as you mentioned, we've used AI for a long time. AI did not come out with ChatGPT. A lot of people think it did. So like when you go to Google Maps, you start typing in an address, it'll self-populate. That's a form of AI. Artometer, I guess you can call it a form of AI as well. It's speech analytics. So let's talk about just like ChatGPT or AI in general. That is what's called a large language model. So it basically scans a series of communications, 8 million websites, several thousand scanned documents, and gives you whatever kind of prompt you put in there asking for. So it combs through this data very quickly. So it's not a self-thinking tool. We're not a self-thinking tool either. We're not going to tell you what to say to your co-parent, but we're going to kind of guide you through that. So through your analytics and voice analytics, we're going to be able to say, okay, these words put together typically can be very passive aggressive or very harmful. So you might want to rewrite that. So that's how it works. So it's really, really brilliant how it actually kind of comes through our everyday speech.
Yeah, it's a really clever feature, isn't it?
Yeah, in terms of, you're saying it's been really helpful for our clients and so many parents. Are there any other features from what you have already with that tone meter? Is there other kind of ways AI can assist?
AI changes literally by the second. I mean, it's just this year alone, we've seen huge advancements in AI or artificial intelligence. ChatGPT 3 is now on version 4, I believe. So it's constantly changing, constantly evolving. One benefit I see of using AI or artificial intelligence in our program would be languages. So if we have a different language that's not going to be English or Spanish, we might be able to use that and pull that in there to be able to help translate those languages. And it's a very similar feature. So in our messaging, so let's just say that you want to print off some messages for your lawyer or for whatever purpose you want to. You can actually go and select the messages you want, and it becomes a searchable PDF, which again is a form of analytics. So you basically just do a find feature and you find certain key phrases, certain topics. I think we could probably expound upon that as well as far as coming through communication, especially on the professional side, where it saves you time, it saves your clients money because you can simply go through thousands of pages of communication in a matter of seconds or a matter of minutes. So I can see uses like that possibly coming out in the near future, but I said it's changing so rapidly, there's no telling. I mean, yeah, there's no idea where we're going to go from here.
Yeah, for sure. And what about looking ahead? What excites you about AI and where it's going for you?
Okay, I'm going to say that AI doesn't really excite me. It scares me. There's a lot of unknowns. So the AI that everybody's scared of or afraid of is actually called AGI. It's where it basically thinks for itself. It replaces human thought. We're not there yet. But unfortunately, with the advances of artificial intelligence, last year it was estimated that being available to think like a human at 2050. Now it's 2026. So the evolution is going to be here a lot faster than we think. So it's going to be scary. But it's also very interesting. It's very innovative, the way it can help us do different things. A lot of people are fearful it's going to take me out of a job. It's going to prevent us where we are. In the legal world, I remember back in the 90s when we talked about dispute resolution. And a lot of lawyers and solicitors thought that was going to put them out of business. Now mediation and dispute resolution is very much part of what we do every day. We want to try to settle this out of court or whatever it may be. So I think it's going to be a tool that's being used, but I think it can very easily get out of hand, to your point, and see that we all saw the movie Terminator 30 years ago where it takes over the world. I'm not saying that's not possible. There needs to be some regulation, but I'm excited to be here for the ride. See what happens and see where we go, and hopefully we learn from our mistakes with Terminator and we don't go down that path. But I think it's going to really assist a lot of people in the future. People that lose their voice through disease or something like that, it's going to replace that. So there's all kinds of cool features I see being used.
And given kind of, you used to be in the FBI and you're now OurFamilyWizard, is it quite incredible for you to see the evolution of AI in your career?
It absolutely is. So my career based on, cyber crimes. So I was based in domestic abuse, sexual assault, and human trafficking with a component of technology. So in my generation, I'm one of the old guys, whatever, but we were very fortunate when we actually grew up with technology. we had that horrible dial-up internet where when you hung up the phone, it's disconnected. But then we went through the transition from dial-up to DSL and cable, where you're online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But a lot of people did not understand the safety protocols of being online, so often, because again, with dial-up, when you hung up, you were disconnected. So we had to look at different safety features as far as preventing somebody from turning on your camera or accessing your computer without you knowing. But not only just the internet, we've seen, I had a pager, and then we had the bag phones and the cell phones that were this big. And in 2007, we finally got the very first smartphone. The iPhone came out, and that changed technology in a way that most people didn't really understand. And today I find they still don't understand. They think that our phones we carry around are phones. I can do internet, I can do social media, I can do texting. No, it's a supercomputer. There's more power in your cell phone today than put the shuttle into outer space way back when. So we have to learn how to have safeguards around technology as we move forward. So yes, my career was very fortunate as far as growing with technology, and it was just a great fit for a company like this to be able to work with technology.
And with clients, as you were saying before, with the use of the app and using the message board and being able to us download it and search it, hopefully that will also reduce time and costs as well, which would be useful for
Absolutely,
people.
absolutely. It definitely speeds up litigation. It's a litigation tool. A lot of times families will think, well, I can just do this on my own. I can use WhatsApp, or I can use a Google Calendar and do the same process. But there's no accountability to that. Those can be changed and manipulated. So now you're spending more time chasing the lie, if you will, rather than using a program that prevents you from doing that and allows your lawyer, your solicitor, to be able to streamline that process. So it will save you a lot of money in the back end, a lot of time. You can really shorten your litigation piece down.
We'll definitely carry on recommending it because it's been great and it's been really helpful to understand a bit more as well.
Well, thank you. And thank you both for having me. It's been great.
Thank you so much for coming all the way from Florida. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.